What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Bigboyfactsjonnytv, and today I'll go my WWE Money in the Bank review and highlights. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys please hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications to get notified when I premiere a brand new video, or go live on YouTube every Sunday and Thursday at 4 o'clock Eastern Time. Find my social media, my Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch, and Discord down below in the description. Now let's get started. Now, WWE Money in the Bank was a good show, and I give it an 8.9 out of 10. Now, WWE Money in the Bank was live from London, England. The commentary were Michael Cole and Wade Barrett. WWE Money in the Bank kicks off with the Then Now Forever Together video. So we get a James Bond style video kicks off the show. We see the London Eye and different shots of London with the Money in the Bank briefcase being the target. We run down the card for the event, which includes two Money in the Bank matches: the Bloodline Civil War match and Cody Rhodes against Dominic Mysterio. Okay, first match card, we get men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Ricochet versus Shinsuke Nakamura versus LA Knight versus Santos Escobar versus Butch versus Damian Priest and versus Logan Paul. This was a good match. But thank God that Logan Paul did not get his hands on the Money in the Bank briefcase. But in my own opinion, this should have been LA Knight winning the Money in the Bank ladder match. Because you know why I said it, because it was all eyes. It was all eyes favorite on LA Knight because LA Knight was a mega star, and that's all I gotta say. LA Knight should have won Money in the Bank, but it didn't happen. But they gave it to Damian Priest, even though it was still a good match. Butch of the Brawler Bruce comes out first to a big pop from the crowd. He comes out with Sheamus and Rich Holland. Shinsuke Nakamura comes out next, and the crowd is electric. Very lively crowd with the for the love entrance. Santos Escobar comes out next with black face paint around his eyes. Damian Priest comes out next as Escobar entrance appears to have been cut short. Ricochet up next after Damian Priest walks down to the ring. LA Knight is up next in a big pop from the crowd. They chant LA Knight, yeah, as he is walking down to the ring. Logan Paul walks out last to boos from the crowd. Logan Paul got booed from the crowd. So that's all I gotta say. The bell rings, we are underway. Everyone surrounds Logan Paul as he looks around. They all attack Logan Paul with the crowd cheering them. Butch clotheslines Logan Paul to the outside of the ring, and now all of them break out in fights. They all fight to the outside, and Logan Paul sneaks into the ring. He tries to climb a ladder, but Nakamura stops him. Nakamura stomps on Logan Paul in the corner, and Damian Priest with a kick to the head onto Nakamura. Damian Priest hits Nakamura with a ladder. In comes Escobar, Ricochet, and Bush as they push the ladder onto Priest in the corner. They triple team him. In comes LA Knight to a loud pop, and he knocks Bush down. Nakamura with spinning kick onto LA Knight, which brings in boos from the crowd. Nakamura with a knee to the back of Damian Priest's head. Ricochet gets in the ring and a head scissor takedown onto Nakamura. Butch comes in and Nakamura hit him with a double kick. Butch and Nakamura are face to face. They exchange right hands, and Escobar with a crossbody off the top rope onto Nakamura. Escobar with a hurricanrana onto Butch. Logan Paul gets in the ring and throws Escobar into a ladder. Logan Paul starts to climb a ladder as Ricochet, Butch, and LA Knight and Nakamura drag him down and throws him to the outside of the ring. Bush to the outside as he starts to bring out tables in a cricket bat from under the ring. He gets in the ring and hits LA Knight. Ricochet and Nakamura with it. Bush climbs the ladder, but Damian Priest drags him down. Priest runs towards Bush, and Bush throws him to the outside of the ring. Damian Priest grabs Bush to the outside and knocks him down. Damian Priest is face to face with Logan Paul, and Logan Paul tells him to work together. Them two against everyone. Logan Paul and Damian Priest set up two tables on the outside of the ring. Logan Paul goes for a high five, but Damian Priest knocks him down and throws him into a ladder on the outside. Escobar with a suicide dive onto Priest. LA Knight and Ricochet In the ring, LA Knight throws Ricochet to the ropes, but Ricochet with a suicide dive through the ladder and the ropes onto the outside on Nakamura. LA Knight starts to climb the ladder, but Logan Paul jumps onto the ladder and he hits a Russian leg sweep off it. Logan Paul drops the ladder on LA Knight. Butch on the ring apron and Logan Paul knocks him down. Damien Priest on the ring apron, but Logan Paul hangs him up on the top rope. Logan Paul jumps over the top rope onto Damien Priest, but Damien Priest hits him with a right hand. Damien Priest moves to the ring steps. He grabs Logan Paul and goes for a suplex, but Butch with a kick onto Damien Priest. Nakamura knocks Butch down. A ladder has been set up between the ring apron on the barricade. Nakamura placed Damien Priest on the ladder and Nakamura on the ring apron, but Logan Paul trips Nakamura up face first onto the ring post. Not ring post, I'm sorry, into the ring apron. Logan Paul with a frog splash off the ring apron onto Damien Priest, but the ladder under Damien Priest does not work. Ricochet and Nakamura back in the ring, and the tall ladder is in the ring. Ricochet sets up a ladder between the ropes, and he's in the standing ladder. Nakamura places Ricochet on the ladder and hits him with a release German. In comes LA Knight, but Nakamura hits him with a DDT. Nakamura starts to climb the ladder, but Escobar climbs the opposite side, and they fight. Nakamura twists Escobar's right arm, but Escobar gets out of it. Escobar knocks Nakamura off the ladder. Bush climbs the ladder on the top of Escobar with the chin lock. Escobar climbs down the ladder and lays on the ladder. That is laying between the ropes. Ricochet with a 45 splash off the top rope onto Butch and Escobar, but again the ladder does not break. The fans with a "This is awesome" chant. All 7 men are in the ring, and a tall ladder is in the ring. They all fight. Butch tries to climb the ladder. Damien Priest drags him down and slams him, and Butch to the other side. Damien Priest climbs the ladder, but LA Knight jumps up and a back suplex off the ladder. The fans chant LA Knight. Logan Paul with a blockbuster onto LA Knight. Ricochet with a shooting star onto Logan Paul. Escobar with a slam onto Ricochet. Nakamura slams Escobar down. Nakamura with a knee off the ladder onto Escobar. Butch grabs Nakamura to the outside. Butch grabs a ladder on the outside and climbs it. Butch with a moonsault off the ladder onto Nakamura. Damien Priest, Ricochet, and Escobar. Bush in the ring and climbs the ladder, but Logan Paul drags him down and hits him with a big punch. Logan Paul climbs the ladder, but Ricochet drags him down. Logan Paul with a right hand and knocks him down. Logan Paul climbs the ladder and Escobar drags him down. Logan Paul goes for a punch, but Escobar with a spinning kick. Escobar with a flying knee to the face, and Logan Paul is down. Escobar climbs the ladder, but Nakamura grabs him down. Nakamura with a right hand. Nakamura climbs the ladder, but Escobar on the other side. LA Knight knocks Nakamura down with another ladder. LA Knight places a second ladder next to the first. LA Knight on the ladder and Escobar on the other. LA Knight with right hands, Escobar with a hurricane off the ladder. Nakamura climbs one ladder and Escobar on the other. Ricochet and Logan Paul jump up on the ladders. All 4 men are fighting. Ricochet has a hand on the briefcase. Nakamura hits him. Logan Paul and Ricochet push Escobar and Nakamura off the ladder. Logan Paul and Ricochet on the ladder. They try to go for the briefcase. LA Knight pushes them both off the ladder. But Ricochet and Logan Paul standing on the ladder fall onto the ropes, but are still standing. A dragonfly off the second rope through the tables onto the outside. LA Knight climbs the ladder and as does Butch. And does LA Knight climbs the ladder and does Butch. LA Knight goes for a suplex, but Butch twists LA Knight's finger and LA Knight falls down. Damien Priest climbs the ladder. Damien Priest with a right hand onto Butch, and Butch twists Damian Priest's hand, and Priest pushes Butch off the ladder onto a ladder that is set up in the corner. LA Knight drags Damian Priest down and throws him to the outside. In comes Escobar, but the BFT by LA Knight. Nakamura gets in the ring, but LA Knight throws him to the outside. LA Knight climbs the ladder, and the crowd is going nuts. LA Knight grabs the briefcase, but Damian Priest climbs the ladder. LA Knight with the right hand, Damian Priest with the right hand. Damian Priest goes for a suplex, but LA Knight falls. Damian Priest climbs the ladder and gets the briefcase. The winner of the winner of the match, Mr. Money in the Bank winner, Damian Priest. This was a good match, but they should have gave this to LA Knight. But thank God Logan Paul did not get his hands on the Money in the Bank briefcase. I'm glad he did not win. But this should have been LA Knight. But Damian Priest wins Money in the Bank. This was a good match. An absolutely incredible match, one of the best Money in the Bank ladder matches. Well-timed spots in that Dragonfly set up by Ricochet and Logan Paul through the table was incredible. They teased it with LA Knight, and the fans adore him. Incredible. Let's move on. My vote was LA Knight, and if not him, Damian Priest. He has come a long way since last year. If we can get him to cash in tonight, that will be massive. Congrats to him. The Judgment Day are very over with the crowd right now. A video package for the Women's Tag Team Champions airs. So we get the women's WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match. Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler versus Liv Morgan and Okay. So we get the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match. Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler versus Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. This match was and yeah, hold on. This was a decent match right here. Yeah. And that's all I gotta say. Yeah. Yeah, this was decent. Decent match, but I can't figure this out. But why did it's just crazy that Shayna Baszler turned on Ronda Rousey. That's crazy. So, and yeah, but let me read this though. But the first match was good, but the second match was decent. So I gotta give them credit. So here it is: WWE Women's Tag Team Championship match. Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler versus Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. This was a decent tag team match, but the outcome really got me. That Shayna Baszler turned on Ronda Rousey. Liv Morgan is dressed up as a Spice Girl with a onion jacket top. The bell rings and we are underway. Shayna and Liv starts the match and Liv with a drop kick. She throws Shayna to the ropes and she hits her with a hurricanrana. Shayna down on the ring apron as Liv slams her face first onto the top turnbuckle. Liv with a kick to the side of the head and Shayna falls to the outside. Ronda Rousey gets in the ring and as does Raquel Rodriguez, who clotheslines Ronda to the outside. Raquel picks Liv Morgan up and powerbombs her onto Shayna and Ronda Rousey on the outside. Liv throws Shayna back into the ring. Liv climbs the top rope, but Shayna flips her down onto the mat. Ronda Rousey is tagging Ronda with several takedowns, and Shayna is tagging. They double team Liv, and Shayna goes for the cover, but Liv kicks out. Shayna grabs Liv by the leg, but Liv kicks her away. Ronda is tagging, but she gets Liv in an ankle lock in the middle of the ring. Liv trying to get out of it, but she does. Liv Morgan reverses it into a cover, but Ronda kicks out. Liv with a code breaker. Raquel is tagging. Raquel with a clothesline, and she knocks Shayna off the ring apron. A clothesline by Raquel onto Ronda Rousey. A fallaway slam onto Shayna, who gets in the ring. Raquel slams Ronda. She goes for the cover, but Ronda kicks out. Raquel climbs the second rope, but Ronda with their right hand. Ronda gets an armbar lock on the top rope. Raquel reverses it into a powerbomb off the top rope. She goes for the cover, but Shayna breaks it up. Both women are down. Liv and Shayna are tagging. Liv with a crossbody off the top rope, but Shayna catches her into an armbar. Ronda Rousey with a ankle lock on Liv Morgan as well, but Raquel breaks up the submission. All four women are down. Shayna grabs Liv by the leg, but Liv with a kick to the side of the head. Ronda traps Raquel off the ring apron and throws her into the ring post. Liv goes for the Oblivion, but Shayna with a German suplex. Shayna with the Kafura clutch in the middle of the ring, but Liv gets out of it. Ronda is tagged in. Shayna attacks Ronda from behind. Now that part was shocker, and I know Key Mike is going to have a field day about this. So Key Mike, Key Mike? I know you're watching this video. That it says Ronda Rousey is tagging and Shayna attacks Ronda from behind. All Key Mike's gonna have a field day with this one. Shayna Baszler gets Ronda with the Kafura clutch in the middle of the ring. The fans cheer as Liv Morgan looks in disbelief. Raquel is tagging. She tags Liv back in, and Raquel with the Tajada bomb. Liv with the Oblivion. She goes for the cover and gets the pin. The winner and your new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Oh man, like I said, Keith Morgan's gonna have a field day about this one. But I did not see this one coming when Shayna Baszler attacked Ronda Rousey. I did not see that one coming. But it is what it is. But let's move on. Kayla Braxton is backstage with Damian Priest as she had introduced him as new Mr. Money in the Bank winner. He comes in with the briefcase and tells her it's Senior Money in the Bank. He tells her he can cash in and become the United States Champion, World Heavyweight Champion, or Undisputed Champion. The one thing for sure is he will be the champion. All I can say is this: Damian Priest is going to target Seth Rollins, and that's it. And then on top of that, Finn Balor is going to get kicked out from the Judgment Day because JD is going to be the leader of the Judgment Day as soon as Finn Balor gets kicked out from the Judgment Day. And I'm calling it straight down the middle. Okay, so we'll get the Intercontinental Championship match, Gunther versus Matt Riddle. This was a good match. Ludwig Kaiser with Giovanni Vinci introduced Gunther to the ring. Gunther walks down along with Kaiser and Vinci walking to the back. Riddle has his left foot wrapped in tape. The bell rings. We are on the way. Gunther goes for a chop, but Riddle ducks and hits him with a kick. Riddle with an armbar, but Gunther slams him. Riddle gets up and goes for a sleeper, but Gunther slams him in the corner. An elbow to the ribs by Gunther. He goes for a right hand, but Riddle gets him in an armbar. Riddle with kick followed by a forearm. Riddle goes for a right hand, but Gunther with a big chop, knocking him down. A kick to the face by Gunther. He gets Riddle in a corner and chops him several times. Riddle fights back with chops of his own. Gunther goes for a chop. Riddle ducks and hits him with a kick. Riddle with a flying forearms grabs Gunther by the left leg and goes for a leg lock, but Gunther standing and he stomps on Riddle. A big slap by Gunther onto Riddle, who is down on the mat. Gunther removes part of the protective tape around Riddle's left leg. Gunther puts his weight on Riddle's left foot and he stumps on it. Gunther with a German suplex. He grabs Riddle and gets him in a leg lock. Both men exchange chops and Riddle kicks Gunther away. Both men up and Riddle with a flying suplex. Riddle goes for a splash, but Gunther catches him into a sleeper, but Matt Riddle reverses it into a cover, but Gunther kicks out. Gunther goes for a German, but Riddle lands on his feet. Riddle huts his leg and Gunther hits him with a clothesline. He goes for the cover, but Riddle kicks out. Gunther grabs Riddle. Gunther grabs Riddle, but Riddle with a knee to the face. A kick to the face by Riddle, and he climbs the top rope. Riddle with a flying roll off the top rope. He goes for the cover, but Gunther kicks out. Riddle grabs Gunther, but Gunther with a massive chop. Gunther climbs the top rope and goes for a splash, but Riddle catches him into a triangle. Gunther lifts Riddle up and slams him down. Gunther turns into a half crab. Riddle turns and tries to kick him away. Gunther chops Riddle left foot. Gunther with a submission on Riddle's left leg, and Riddle taps out. The winner is still your WWE Intercontinental Champion, Gunther. This was a good match. Drew McIntyre music hits and a loud pop from the crowd, wearing jeans and a black tank top. He walks down to the ring. Drew and Gunther are face to face in the ring. Drew McIntyre music hits and a loud pop from the crowd, wearing jeans and a black tank top. He walks down to the ring. Drew and Gunther are face to face in the ring. Drew hits him with the Glasgow Kiss, followed by the Claymore. Oh man, I did not see this one coming. Of Drew McIntyre was coming back from Money in the Bank. Can Drew McIntyre be the only person to take Gunther down? To be is Drew McIntyre is the only person to take down Gunther to win the Intercontinental Champion? We don't know, but we shall see. But it's good to see Drew McIntyre back. Cody Rhodes versus Dominic Mysterio, accompanied by Rhea Ripley. And this match right here, this was this match right here, this was okay for what it was. Cody Rhodes versus Dominic Mysterio coming by Rhea Ripley. This match was okay for what it was. Loud boos from the crowd for Dominic Mysterio and Rhea Ripley in London, England. The fans sing Cody's song as he walks down to the ring. The bell rings. We are underway. Cody chase Dominic Mysterio, and Dominic hits him with a right hand. Cody goes for a right hand, but Dominic falls and slides to the outside of the ring. Cody chases him around the ring, and Dominic gets in. Cody gets in the ring, and Dominic slaps him. Cody looks at Dominic, and Cody rips off his chest. Not his cast. Dominic leaves the ring and starts to run to the back as Cody chases him. Cody grabs Dominic and throws him back into the ring. Cody with a right hand, he stomps on Dominic's Mysterio in the corner. Cody grabs Dominic for a crossbody. I'm sorry, Dominic goes for the cross, but Dominic drops and goes to the outside. Dominic jumps the barricade and tries to leave, but again Cody grabs him. He throws Dominic over the barricade. Cody goes for a suplex, but Dominic lands on his feet. Cody turns around and Rhea Ripley is in Cody's face. They argue and Dominic Mysterio gets in the ring and tries to remove the top turnbuckle, but the referee stops him. Cody gets on the ring apron as Rhea trips him up, but to the outside. Dominic with a suicide dive onto Cody. He throws Cody into the ring post. Dominic gets in the ring as the referee starts his 10 count, but Cody beats it and gets in the ring. Dominic with a right hand and he throws Cody to the outside. He slams Cody's face first onto the announcer table. Dominic gets back into the ring as Cody gets to his feet. He gets in the ring on Dominic. Gets in the ring. Dominic with the right hands. Dominic to the face, to the ropes, and a spinning elbow onto Cody. He goes for the cover, but Cody kicks out. Dominic with a sleeper as Cody gets out of it. Dominic hits him with a suplex and goes for the three amigos, but Cody gets out of it before the three. Cody with a quick power slam as Dominic was running towards him. Dominic gets up and Cody with a disaster kick off the second rope. He goes for the cover, but Dominic kicks out. Rhea gets on the ring apron and distracts Cody. Dominic rolls him out for the cover, but Cody kicks out. Dominic drops Cody onto the second rope. He goes for the 619, but Cody catches him by the leg. He gets to his feet, holding Dominic by the legs. He spins and hits him with the Alabama slam. Cody with the Cody cutter off the second rope. Cody grabs Dominic and hits him with the crossroads. He goes for the cover and gets the pin. The winner of the match, Cody Rhodes. This match was okay for what it was. Okay, let's move on. John Cena his music hits and the O2 in London goes crazy. John Cena makes his way down to the ring and the fans are chanting John Cena as he says, surprise. He says he is the one that is surprised because he is used to hearing John Cena sucks. John Cena says this is the first premium live event in London over 20 years. He says he looks around, hears the noise, feels the energy, and he asks what took them so long to spend some time with them. He says it's not up to him; it's up to the decisions markers. They don't know how to feel about London as the fans boo. Cena says they think this is kind of a hustle environment, that sometimes they are a distraction. They are that they try to take over the show. The fans react to everything he is saying. Cena says they are the voice, the heartbeat. They are not trying to take over the show. They are the show. He asks why is he there. Cena says he is there on behalf of the fans. He says he wants the world to know that they are on Dr. on under replicated. John Cena says they all know he is a big on respect, and over 20 years of his experience, they have earned his respect. The fans chant "Thank you, Cena." He says they don't like it when they stop and allow the fans to do that, but it makes it so much fun. Cena says they chant, they care, and in his mind there is not a more exciting audience than the audience in the United Kingdom. Cena says he is there to try and bring WrestleMania to London, and the fans pop. He says he struck a nerve on that one. He is there not for one more match, but because when they play those trumpets, people are watch and listen, and he wants to give something to the audience he loves. A chant to tell the world and people who makes decisions and what they already know. He tells them to let him hear what WrestleMania in London is all about. The fans go absolutely nuts and cheers. Out comes Grayson Waller as the fans chant, "Who are you?" He says he loves everything about John Cena. The shorts, he loves them. The movies, he has watched every one of his movies. The fans chant, "Shut the you know what up." Gray, Grayson gets in the ring and says, what he loves most about Cena is the whole hustle, loyalty, and respect, which is why he is a disappointed that Cena is lying to these people. Grayson Waller asks WrestleMania in England, "You have to be kidding me," as he laughs. He says people cheer the people they are supposed to dislike and dislike those who they should cheer. He says it's been cold and raining. If WrestleMania will go overseas, it should be somewhere beautiful, nice weather, good beaches, good looking women, and beaches. It should be somewhere like Australia. The fans boo. The fans chant Wonka at Grayson, tell Cena not to stress. He could get him a spot on the show. Things haven't been going too well for Cena. He lost at WrestleMania against Austin Theory, but before he lost to Roman at SummerSlam and the Fiend at WrestleMania. Grayson says the fans only remember the last thing they saw, and this is a country that is supposed to have class. Grayson says he has to let him be Superman, not Cena. He says Cena has done so much to let Grayson help. Cena saves his career. Grayson says he can have Cena as a guest on his show at WrestleMania Australia. The fans boo him. Cena says what what is he hearing is no WrestleMania in London, and he wants him to fly to Australia to get a rub from Grayson Waller. Cena says he will pass. Grayson stops him and says no to him. Cena says he and his friends were trying to let the world know that WrestleMania needs to go to London. Grayson hits Cena from behind. Grayson takes his shirt off and turns around, but Cena hits him with the AA. Okay, let's move on. That was a good segment by John Cena. Women's Money in the Bank ladder match: Selena Vega versus Becky Lynch versus Zoe Starks versus Bayley versus Io Sky versus Trish Stratus. Now this match I enjoyed this match, and I called it that Io Sky was gonna win Money in the Bank. But I wish this was Selena Vega to win Money in the Bank, but it didn't happen. But I chose Io Sky, so that was my pick, and I called it straight down the middle that Io Sky was gonna win Money in the Bank. The battle rings were underway. Io Sky and Bayley get Selena stuck under a ladder as Trish and Zoe attacks Becky as she is walking down to the ring. Zoe and Trish double team Bayley on the outside. Io Sky kicks Zoe down, but Zoe gets back up and slams her face first onto the ladder. Trish and Zoe grabs a big ladder from under the ring. Becky attacks them both from behind. Zoe hits her with a super kick, and Trish gets in the ring. Zoe grabs the ladder and pushes it in the ring. Trish places it under the briefcase. Trish starts to climb it as Io and Bayley push Trish off the ladder. And Zoe attacks Zoe. In comes Selena, but Io and Bayley attack her. Selena fights Io away and hits Bayley with a drop kick. Selena climbs the ladder and hits Io with a hurricanrana. Selena starts to climb the ladder, but Bayley knocks her down. Selena is under the ladder as Io and Bayley takes turns slamming her into each side of the ladder. Io and Bayley try to move the ladder but are not on the same page. They both start to climb as Becky hits Bayley with a drop kick off the second rope. Becky Lynch pulls Io down off the ladder. Becky Lynch starts to climb the ladder, but Zoe Starks knocks her down. Becky Lynch lands on her feet and throws Zoe Starks face first into the ladder. Becky with a kick to the face. Becky gets Zoe under the ladder and climbs the ladder. Becky gets in her to disarm her. Trish gets in the ring and throws Becky face first into the turnbuckle. In comes Bayley, but a head scissor takedown by Trish. She starts to climb the ladder as Io Sky gets in the ring and drags her down. Selena gets in the ring and Io slams her face first into a ladder that is in the corner. Io and Trish climb the ladder and Trish kicks her down. Selena sets up a ladder next to the Trish. Selena and Trish fight on a ladder. Selena steps on Trish to get to the other ladder, but Zoe climbs the ladder. Zoe and Selena fight on the top of the ladder. Bayley lifts Trish up. Bayley lifts Trish up on her shoulders and throws her into the turnbuckle. Bayley and Io get in the ring. Io drags Zoe down. Becky climbs the ladder, but as does Bayley and Becky knocks Becky down. Bayley with an elbow off the ladder. Io climbs the ladder, but Zoe and Selena move the ladder from under the briefcase. Zoe slams Selena face first into the turnbuckle. Io climbs the top off the ladder, and she lands a moonsault off the top of the ladder onto the rest of the woman. That was a good spot by Io Sky. I love that spot. A loud Io chant from the crowd. Trish starts to climb the ladder. She gets near the top and grabs the briefcase, but Becky climbs the top. Becky and Trish with right hands. Becky pushes Trish off the ladder. Zoe in the ring and Becky jumps onto Zoe and throws her to the outside of the ring. Selena climbs the ladder in a crossbody onto Becky and Trish. Selena knocks Bayley off the ring apron. Io gets in the ring and Selena throws her to the outside. Selena climbs the ladder and Becky and Trish grab her and powerbomb her off the ladder. Becky and Trish with right hands, and Becky throws Trish face first into the turnbuckle. Both women continue to fight. Io Sky and Bayley get a third ladder in the ring. Io and Bayley with right hands onto Becky and Trish, but Becky and Trish fight back. A ladder has been set up horizontally between the ropes and a ladder. Trish with a satisfaction to Bayley onto one of the ladders. Becky is thrown to the outside and Zoe with a super kick on the outside. Zoe goes under the ropes and grabs a pair of handcuffs. Zoe puts one side of the handcuffs on Becky onto Becky, but Becky with their right hands. Becky clears the announcer table. Zoe and Trish attack Becky on the outside. Zoe and Trish have a ladder set up between the ring and the announcer table. Becky slams Zoe face first onto the ladder, and Trish is thrown over the announcer table. Becky places Zoe on the ladder. Becky climbs the announcer table, and Trish climbs the announcer table. Becky hits Trish with the manhandle slam onto the ladder. Zoe with a twisting neckbreaker onto Becky. Becky in the ring. Selena climbs the ladder. Zoe gets in the ring and climbs it. They fight on top of the ladder. Selena with the Corvette off the top of the ladder onto the other ladder. That is set up in the ring. The fans chant "Holy, you know what?" Io Sky gets in the ring. She throws one of the ladders onto the outside. Io climbs the tall ladder in the ring as she gets her hands on the briefcase. Bailey pushes the ladder down and Io falls to the mat. Bailey sets the ladder back up, and starts to climb it. Bailey climbs the ladder, but Becky Lynch climbs it, and they fight. Becky places the metal hook part of the handcuffs and places it in Becky's mouth. Io pulls Becky down, but Becky kicks Io down. Bailey and Becky are on the ladder. Io grabs the handcuffs and handcuffs Bailey and Becky together in between the ladder. Io climbs the ladder on top of Bailey, and she grabs the ladder. The winner of the match, Io Sky. This was a good match too, and I called it straight down the middle that Io Sky was going to win Money in the Bank. So I'm happy by Io Sky. If Io can now, will Io cash in the Money in the Bank on Oscar? That would be amazing. Io Sky will get a major pop if Io Sky cashes in on Oscar, and that's all I gotta say. This was a good match. Let's move on. The World Heavyweight Championship match: Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor. This was a good match too. I enjoyed this match too. Finn Balor gets in the ring first, and Seth comes out second. Seth stands on the ring ropes as his music stops, but the fans continue to sing. Seth gets in the ring with Samantha introduce them both. Seth has tape on his left ribs. The bell rings. We are underway. Both men with Finn and Finn attack Seth Rollins' ribs. Seth Rollins grabs Finn and throws him to the outside. Seth with a suicide dive to the outside. Both men fight on the outside, and Seth with a clothesline. Seth throws Finn back into the ring. Seth lifts Finn Balor up on his shoulders, but Finn Balor with an elbow to the head. Finn Balor lands on his feet and his double stomps. Finn Balor his double stomps. Oh, where was I at? Hold on, let me find it. It says right here. Hold on, let me go back. I found it. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Um, it says Finn Balor. It says Finn Balor. It says Finn Balor. His double foot stomps. Those him outside the ring. Seth Rollins with a suicide dive. Both men fight on the outside, and Seth with a clothesline. Seth throws Finn back into the ring. Seth lifts Finn up on his shoulders, but Finn with elbows to the head. Finn lands on his feet and hits a double stomp onto Seth. That's the part I was at. Finn with right hands followed by a chin lock, and elbow by Finn. He goes for the cover, but Seth kicks out. A knee by Finn, and he throws Seth face first onto the turnbuckle. Finn gets Seth tangled on the ropes, and Seth falls to the outside. Finn kicks Seth on the ribs on the outside. Finn throws Seth back into the ring and attacks the ribs. He runs towards Seth, but Seth with a boot to the face, followed by a clothesline. Both men on their feet and right hand Seth with a kick followed by a knee to the spine. A running knee by Seth to the face. Finn fights back with knees to the ribs. Finn with a sling blade. He runs towards Seth, but Seth with a super kick. He lifts Finn up and hits him with a buckle bomb in the corner. Seth climbs the top rope and goes for the frog splash, but Finn gets the knees up onto his ribs. Finn's with a drop kick. Finn climbs the top rope, but Seth climbs up with Finn and slams him down. Finn goes for the coup de grace. Seth Rollins moves. Finn lands on his feet. Finn rolls Seth up, but Seth kicks out. Finn goes for the overhead kick. Seth blocks it and hits him with the pedigree. Seth slowly goes for the cover, but Finn kicks out. Damian Priest walks out with the Money in the Bank briefcase. The fans chant cash it in. Seth with a super kick onto Finn, and Finn falls to the outside. Seth rolls to the outside as Damian Priest has a seat. Finn attacks Seth from behind, and he hits him with a coup de grace off the announcer table and a coup de grace off the ring steps. Finn gets Seth into the ring. He hits him with a drop kick. Finn climbs the top rope as Damian Priest stands up. Finn looks at Damian Priest. Finn goes for the coup de grace. Seth moves out of the way. And he hits him with the stomp and goes for the cover and gets the pin. The winner is still your WWE World Heavyweight Champion, Seth Rollins. This was a good match. Alright, let's move on. A good World Heavyweight Championship match. They teased it big time with Damian Priest coming out, and they continue to hit a Judgment Day breakup. So we get Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are sitting in the press box. Kayla interviewed them as Kevin Owens hype up the main event. She asks them about the main event. Sami Zayn says this is a match has been waiting to see for a very long time. The fans chant his name. They say tonight is the night that Roman gets exactly what is coming to him. Okay, so we get the main event of the evening. So we get the Bloodline Civil War, the Usos versus Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa, accompanied by Paul Heyman. And I picked the Usos to beat the Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. Me and Kendrick called straight down the middle that the Usos was going to win. This was a good match. But why every time we have pay-per-views, the referee gets knocked down every time Roman Reigns has a match? I don't know, but this was a good main event. Both teams are face to face. The fans chant F Roman Reigns as he gets on the ring apron, and Solo with Jimmy are in the ring. The bell rings. We are on the way. Solo with a power slam as Jimmy also regroups in the corner. A chop to the chest by Jimmy Uso, but a right hand by Solo. A headbutt by Solo, followed by a chop. Roman Reigns lands on the ring apron as Solo runs to the ropes and kicks Jimmy Uso in the face. Jey Uso with a kick on the ring apron onto Solo, with the referee not seeing it. Jey Uso is tagged in and they double team Solo in the corner. Roman Reigns yells at Solo and he wants to be tagged in. Solo stares at Roman Reigns and recularly tags him in. Roman smirks and gets in the ring. Jay removes the tape and elbow pad off his arms. He rips off his shirt. The fans chant Jey Uso as Roman shakes his head. A headlock by Roman Reigns as Jay sends him to the ropes, and Roman Reigns with a shoulder tackle. Roman looks at Jey Uso and tells him he is the only one. He slams Jimmy Uso on the ring apron. Jey Uso with a right hand. Jey Uso to the ropes, but Roman Reigns with a back elbow. Roman Reigns with a elbow to the face as a headbutt by Roman Reigns and Jey Uso falls to the mat. Roman Reigns throws Jey Uso to the ropes, but Jey Uso with an elbow to the face. Jimmy Uso is tagging. They go for a double super kick, but Roman rolls off the ring. Roman Reigns is with Paul Heyman, and Paul Heyman asks Roman if he wants his sons sitting at the Uso table because that's what they want. Paul Heyman tells Roman he is the head of the table. Roman Reigns gets on the ring apron, and Jay is tagged in. Roman Reigns in the ring, and Roman gets him in the corner. Right hands by Roman Reigns as the referee breaks it up. Jey Uso with the right hand. He gets Roman in the corner and hits him with the right hands. Solo approaches him and Jey Uso knocks him down. Roman Reigns with a big right hand onto Jey Uso. Roman Reigns tells the crowd he stomps on Jey Uso in the corner. Solo is tagged in. and he hits Jay Uso with headbutt. Solo with a head lock, but Jay Uso with a jawbreaker. Jimmy Uso is tagging as he runs to the ropes, and Solo hits him with a forearm to the face. Roman Reigns laughs while on the ring apron. The fans chant against Roman as Roman looks at Paul Heyman and asks why we are in England. It's the dumbest place. Back in the ring. Solo Sequoia with their right hands on Jimmy Uso. Solo has Jimmy Uso in the corner as he runs and slams him into Jimmy. Roman Reigns is tagging as Jimmy Uso leans on the bottom rope. Roman Reigns hits him with a drive by. He goes for the cover, but Jimmy Uso kicks out. The fans chant F Roman Reigns, and he stomps on Jimmy Uso. Roman Reigns with a clothesline in the corner. Roman Reigns runs to the ropes, and he hits Jimmy Uso with a big boot. He goes for the cover, but Jimmy Uso kicks out. Solo Sequoia is tagged in. Solo Sequoia with a claw onto Jimmy's shoulder. Jimmy Uso gets to his feet and hits Solo with an elbow. He pushes Solo to the ropes and Roman Reigns ties himself in. He throws Solo to the outside. Roman Reigns gets in the ring and he grabs Jimmy Uso by the arm. Roman Reigns goes for a backdrop. Jimmy Uso lands on his feet and tries to crawl to Jey Uso, but Roman Reigns grabs him by the foot. Jimmy Uso kicks him away. Jimmy Uso goes for the tag, but Solo trips Jey Uso up on the ring apron. Roman Reigns throws Jimmy Uso to the outside, and Solo Sequoia hits him with a clothesline. Roman Reigns to the outside as he grabs Jimmy Uso and throws him into the ring. Roman Reigns goes for the Superman punch, but Jimmy Uso moves out of the way, and he clotheslines Roman Reigns as both men fall to the outside of the ring. Jimmy Uso gets back into the ring as he crawls to try to make the tag. Roman Reigns tags in the ring, tags Solo and Jey Uso in. Jay is tagging. Jey Uso with the right hand followed by a super kick. A kick to the side of the head by Jey Uso. And Solo in the corner. Jey Uso on the ring apron and kicks to the head. Jey Uso climbs the top rope and a crossbody. He goes for the cover, but Solo Sikoa kicks out. Okay. Jey Uso runs towards Solo Sikoa, but Solo Sikoa catches him. Jey Uso lands on his feet. He pushes Solo Sikoa to the corner. Roman Reigns tags himself in. Jey Uso throws Solo to the outside. Jey throws Roman Reigns to the outside. Jey Uso with a suicide dive onto Roman Reigns on the outside. Jey Uso gets back in the ring and lands a suicide dive onto Solo on the outside. Jey Uso back in the ring and goes for another suicide dive on Roman Reigns. Hits him with a Superman punch. Roman Reigns gets in the ring and hits Jey Uso with a Superman punch. Roman Reigns goes for a spear while he isn't looking. Jimmy Uso is tagged in and they hit Roman Reigns with a double spear. Jimmy Uso goes for the cover, but Solo breaks it up. All four men slowly make their way to their feet in the ring. All four men are face to face. Jimmy fights Roman and Solo fights Jey Uso. Solo and Jey fight to the outside of the ring, and Jey Uso throws Solo into the ring post. Jimmy and Roman Reigns with right hands in the middle of the ring. Roman Reigns with a Superman punch. He goes for the cover, but Jimmy Uso kicks out. Roman Reigns to his feet and he goes for the spear, but Jimmy Uso with a super kick, and a second super kick. Jimmy Uso climbed the top rope and goes for the Uso splash, but Roman Reigns catches him in the guillotine. Jimmy Uso, Jimmy Uso is fading, but his hand remains in the air. Jimmy Uso in the guillotine, but gets to his feet and pushes Roman Reigns into the corner. Jey ties himself in. Roman Reigns knocks Jey Uso off the ring apron. Roman Reigns catches Jimmy Uso in the guillotine, but he backs up into the referee, and the referee falls to the outside. Jey Uso with a super kick, and they hit Roman with the 1D. Jey Uso for the cover, but the referee is down, and the fans count to 10 for the cover. The Usos climb the opposite end of the ring. Solo trips Jimmy Uso up on the top rope. Jey Uso jumps Solo, catches him, and Roman Reigns grabs Jimmy Uso in a double rock bottom. Solo with a Samoan spike on Jimmy Uso. He lifts Jay up, and Roman runs to the ropes as he hits Jay with a spear, and Solo hits him with a Samoan spike. But Solo Sequoia places Jimmy Uso on the top rope. Jay Uso top of Solo places Jimmy Uso on the top rope of Jay Uso. Roman Reigns goes for the cover, but the Usos kicks out. The fans are on their feet. Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa are in disbelief. Solo Sikoa back in the ring, and he looks at Roman Reigns. Solo with the right hand onto Jay Uso. A headbutt onto Jimmy Uso. Solo kicks Jimmy Uso to the outside, and he slams him into the ring steps. Solo Sikoa clears announcer table. Solo Sikoa with a super kick onto Jimmy Uso, and Jimmy Uso on the announcer table. Solo Sikoa climbed the barricade and jumps with a splash, but Jimmy Uso moves out of the way. Roman Reigns is looking as he turned around. Jey Uso hit him with a super kick. Roman Reigns with a Superman punch. Jey Uso with a super kick. Roman Reigns with a spear. He goes for the cover, but Jey Uso kicks out as the fans chant Usos. Jey Uso with a low blow, but the referee didn't see it. Jimmy Uso is tagging and they hit him with a double super kick. Solo on the ring apron and a double super kick on him. They hit Roman with another double super kick. Jay Uso is tagging. The Usos splash off the top rope. He goes for the cover and Roman Reigns and gets the pin. The winner of the match, the Usos. Me and Kendrick called it straight down the middle that the Usos was going to win this match. This was a good match. The crowd goes crazy. Roman Reigns gets pinned, and the Usos cannot believe it. They hug and celebrate with the fans cheering as we cut to a video recap of the show. Jey Uso pinned Roman Reigns. Jey Uso pins Roman Reigns. The Usos win the Bloodline Civil War. Roman Reigns got pinned 3 years ago when the Shield went up against the entire roster. So Roman Reigns got pinned three years ago, and Roman Reigns got pinned tonight for the first time. Thank God. And WWE, it says right here, incredible main event, and then Roman Reigns has not been pinned in over 3 years. I thought the Usos would win, but did not think Roman Reigns would get pinned. That was a great show. The crowd in London was so into this and cheered every match. They teased a WrestleMania in London too. Some incredible matches. We got a title change in a main event that lived up to expectations. No cash in, but WWE knocks this one out of the park. And WWE Money in the Bank goes off the air. And like I said before, WWE Money in the Bank was a good show, and I give it an 8.9 out of 10. If you guys enjoy my WWE Money in the Bank review on highlights, please give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below what are your thoughts on WWE Money in the Bank because it was a good show, and I give it an 8.9 out of 10. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys please hit that subscribe button. Turn on post notifications to get notified when I premiere a brand new video or go live on YouTube every Sunday at 4 o'clock on Eastern Time for Sunday and Thursday. Make sure you guys please full watch this video before you connect to me the right way. Follow my social media, my Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch and Discord down below in the description. And I will see you guys tomorrow when I go live on YouTube at 4 o'clock Eastern Time. This your boy BigBoyFactsjonnytv. Have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. KFG crew, KFG Kings, KFG Club, Too Sweet. I'm out of here. Gang.